Gemini, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. Let's get going. Thus far, I've only done a reading for Aquarius, but I had to do a couple of readings to get through it, and both were very intense. So I don't know if air signs are going through an intense period or just Aquarius collective, but let's see. All right, universe, what do you have for my Gemini subscribers? Give me a message for my Gemini subscribers, please. Okay. Let's get going. All right, current situation, Gemini, we have the Emperor. What a powerful start. What a powerful beginning. Stability, but also responsibility, ambition, individuation, big energy right out the gate. What's crossing that? 10 of coins, also big energy. Holy moly. An emperor is not sure that the legacy they are building is right. And for an emperor, that's a big deal, male or female. I mean, an emperor has an empire. That's what 10 of coins is, their legacy. What do you leave behind? Okay, it's going to be a big one. This one's also going to be a big one. Cool, let's do it. Influencing energy, we get the Lovers. So it could be a love connection has come in, Gemini, and made you question your 10 of coins, made you question your legacy, and thus made you question your very stability. Deep soul bonds have a tendency to shake our worlds up. That's part of why we love them. And that's, part of what makes them so difficult. There's a reason love stories are eternal, because relationships have a tendency to destabilize our interior selves, and the Emperor is all about stability. Relevant past, 8 of coins. Yep, you put a lot of work into whatever your 10 of Pentacles is. You put a lot of work, faithful effort into your foundation. Thus far, we don't have a tower, which would be a total crumbling of a foundation, but I am seeing cracks. The question is, do you want to fix the cracks? Do you want to just put everything back to how it was? Or do you want to rebuild in order to make space for whatever new epiphanies are coming into your life right now? Exiting energy is the Queen of Wands. I'm getting this as a third energy, not necessarily like a romantically competitive energy, but with the Lovers being influencing energy, whomever it is that you're dealing with is very much present and definitely not exiting. There could be an exit of passion. And the Emperor can be a little rigid, and that rigidity can be a little bit hurtful. So there might be some kind of exit of passion within this love connection. But the love connection is still here. It's still influencing things. Immediate future is the 5 of Cups. So loneliness, regret, self-pity, disappointment. This Emperor is alone on his throne. And in this deck, the 10 of Cups, the old man is alone with his dog. It does seem, Gemini, like you are at a critical juncture. Is standing your ground worth being alone? Because and I don't think that it is, because we have 5 of Cups showing up. If it was worth it, we would have a different card showing up. We'll see what the final outcome is, but definitely some disappointment coming through. Okay. Strengths, 10 of Wands. That's surprising to see an Emperor who's saying that their strengths are their ability to keep going, their ability to put in that hard work. Self-disclosed strengths. Environment, 2 of Cups. So we have the Lovers and the influencing energy, and then the 2 of Cups. In the environment, we have somebody here that will say the Queen of Wands. It's causing little tremors in your world, Gemini. Hopes and fears, Ace of Swords. The Sword of Truth. Seems like someone's gotten themselves into a pickle. There's this rigidity has created this kind of all or nothing, no room for compromise environment, and then this Queen of Wands has come in to disturb that. And so there's this fear of loss. You feel either way that you go, you're going to lose something. If you choose the Queen of Wands, you lose your legacy. If you choose your legacy, you lose the Queen of Wands. I don't know that it's that cut and dry, but that's what's showing up in your hopes and fears. And the outcome, we have the 4 of Cups. So we don't really see a resolution here. We see a potential missed opportunity. We see a possible refusal of an offer. And I don't think that's going to make you very happy. Roles can be reversed, but whomever is refusing this offer, I don't see them being happy about it. At the bottom of the deck, we see the King of Wands. The King of Wands can often be, very passionate, but here, what I'm seeing this King of Wands as being a visionary to the exclusion of everything else. Okay, let's go ahead and get clarifying, Gemini. Why is the Emperor here? Why is the Emperor here? Tell me about the Emperor for Gemini. We get the Knight of Pentacles, very diligently working, and Justice. 10 of Cups at the bottom. And we see this sword again in between the cats. And again, I'm just seeing this kind of either or, and it seems, Gemini, like you have accepted your fears. If I choose the Queen of Wands, I lose my legacy. If I choose my legacy, I lose the Queen of Wands. And I just don't think that's true. But that being said, if you continue to believe that it's true, then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck does show that you do desire that Ten of Cups relationship with the Queen of Wands. For some reason, I'm looking at somebody who has separated these two things. They have separated the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, and for some reason think that both of these are not possible together. And I don't know why that is. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles, please. Why is the 10 feeling that I need to shuffle? Okay, fine. I'm not a great, this kind of, well, I'm a fine shuffler, but I just don't make it look as like cool as other people. I just get the job done. Okay. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles, please. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Knight of Wands, you want to take inspired action. And then the Five of Swords. But is that the smart thing to do? Is that the logical thing to do? Meh. And then Three of Cups. And then the Moon. What's under the Moon? Six of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Honestly, even just this early in the reading, I'm getting that unless you accept that you can have 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, there's just going to be this disconnect. Love and legacy can go together. I think I'm looking at somebody who has some really traditional ideas, like how marriage in the last couple hundred years was not about love. It was about, legacy. Yeah, like building a family legacy. Like how can our households combine? What's the most expedient solution? We live in a world where you can have love and legacy together. I think people have had that throughout time, but now it's become maybe even an expectation in this time. It certainly is possible, but I'm looking at someone who doesn't think it's possible. As much as people think that these things are behind us, we're very much still living in a world where this is a real thing. My ex's parents were in an arranged marriage. His brother is in an arranged marriage. I mean, that still happens in this world. I just so fundamentally disagree that it's impossible to have 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles together. Like, I truly believe it's possible to have it all. That being said, I'm very much single. So, who are you taking advice from? Okay, sorry, I got sidetracked by that. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck. The Lovers is clarified by the Star. And Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and then 10 of Cups showing up again. So with whatever's going on the surface, the influencing energy is that I'm looking at someone who is in love, who's looking at this person as their wish fulfillment, as somebody that they want to build a foundation with. But for whatever reason, is just not sure that it's possible. It could be economic differences. Is it possible to have an equal give and take? And then, of course, then we start to get into the conversations of whose labor is valued, what is equality, what can we put a dollar sign on. Looking at somebody who wants things to be black and white, and we even see that in the center, we have the black and white, and we have the black and white cat, but then surrounding them is all of this color, because life is not black and white. And even on this card, we have all of the black and white, and then the star full of color. And this card too, black and white within the color around the pentacles. You have hope, but you're not able to accept it for some reason. Why is the 8 of Coins here? Why is the 8 of Coins here? Rules can be reversed if you feel this doesn't apply to you. That being said, I also found Aquarius's reading very dense. So it could just be air signs are going through a difficult time right now. 8 of Coins is clarified by Page of Cups, the World, Page of Wands. So what I'm getting here is that somebody who's older, beyond their mid-20s, let's say, who feels that they have done their exploring in the world, and that phase is behind them, and then started putting in the hard work to building their legacy. And then a Queen of Wands came in and said, really? Are you really done exploring love and passion? And you said yes, but you didn't mean yes. And that's what you're struggling with right now. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands in the exiting energy? What gives me hope is that this is showing up on the table, which means that there are people who are looking to make change. There's people who are curious about this situation, and curiosity, that's what Page of Cups is, curiosity too, means that there is time and space to change patterns. Queen of Wands is clarified by 6 of Cups, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and then the Moon again. What's under the Moon? 6 of Swords and Temperance. Yeah, you felt like you sowed your wild seeds and were ready to settle down. Queen of Wands came in, ignited passion in you again. Maybe you felt some unexplainable connection to them. And there was a possibility for a new beginning, but that meant leaving behind what had been built. The question is, this, you know, I don't know. I think this probably still does happen. I think that there probably still are times where people are like, if you do that, then I'm writing you out of my will. So I don't want to put my own life experiences onto this reading and say that's ridiculous. This very well could be a situation like that. For whatever reason, you walked away, at least in the 3D world, but you haven't walked away energetically. And even if you didn't walk away, your energy is presenting as such that the other person is walking away. The result is the same. It's a kind of an ending. Right now, it's only a surface level ending, but it has the potential to be a permanent disconnect. Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here in the immediate future? Please tell me about the Five of Cups. This is a difficult reading. The world is not black and white. Pausing this, we have the crossing challenge being the 10 of coins, going back to that black and white idea. It's like if you view the world as black and white, severing is the outcome. But if you can allow for nuance and other shades, there's possibility. Five of Cups is clarified by Three of Cups and Strength. King of Pentacles with Ace of Cups beneath it and the Fool beneath that. Honestly, what I'm getting from this, I think Five of Cups is current and immediate future. I think that right now there are already feelings of regret, loneliness, self-pity. That being said, Gemini, I think this person really cares about you. And I see them coming in with a communication. It's taking them a lot of strength to do that, to offer the rose. I don't know where it is, but in the Wild Unknown deck, the rose that the lion is offering is one of the roses from the Two of Cups. So we have somebody who, despite all of this, is gathering the inner strength to come forward in communication and make an offer. It might be a small offer, but they're making an offer that's taking a lot of courage to do. I think this is probably a shared energy, Five of Cups. But we do have the Queen of Wands coming forward and making it an offer. And it's up to you what you do. With the King of Pentacles showing up, I mean, this could go either way. It depends on what you regard to be your stability. And again, we have all of that black and white with just a little bit of color. And I believe somebody has said that this kind of buck, an 8-point buck, is kind of like a mythical creature. Like, it's not very standard to have an 8-point buck. And so again, it comes down to your beliefs. Do I believe something more is possible? This is a hard reading because, like, I can see the self-sabotage going on. 10 of Wands. Why is the 10 of Wands here? And then at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say, right? It matters what you do, what you believe. I don't take flyers, but I like to look at them. We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. You might feel like you are fighting between your passion and stability. You might have even had somebody say to you, I had it come through, are you really going to throw your life away for that person? Are you really going to throw away everything you built for that person? That's an outside voice that I'm hearing. But for whatever reason, you're taking it to heart. 10 of Wands. King of Cups. Six of Pentacles. King of Wands. The Queen of Wands very easily shares her emotions. The King of Cups has that emotional maturity, but like as you see on this card, it's mostly black and white with just that little touch of color. You have, whether you like to admit it or not, you have within you a very deep well of emotions. And you know that. You might not like to admit it, but you know that. And what I'm looking at here is the color match. The orange on the beak of the King of Cups and the orange of the Pentacles. It's like you know. This is exactly, and these two cards, I'm seeing the blending of the Pentacles and the Cups, the resources and the emotions. And you know that you have it within you. This isn't an exact analogy, but it's the best one that I have right now. Is I'm an artist. I'm a potter and a writer and a musician. And I made this pot. Sometimes because these things come so easily to me and naturally to me, I devalue them. I have a hard time like storytelling, putting the imagery and the symbolism together. You know, I put off sharing this for a long time because I really didn't see the value in what I was doing here. And it was through, and to be honest with you, still I still struggle with that personal self-doubt. Like, am I truly making a difference? Is this actually helpful? Not only tarot readings, but like, what purpose does my art have? And that's kind of what I'm getting here is like, well, if it's not hard, then it can't be valuable. And here we have you putting in all of this hard work on things that maybe don't come naturally to you, but because they're hard, you value them more. And then here we have things that come easily to you, and for that very reason, you don't value them. So we have a self-stated strength that you value because it's hard, and then we have innate strength that you devalue because it's intuitive. And then even hidden, even lower is your passion. And again, was that like a snake sound? I don't know. We have all of this black and white, and then just that lightning bolt of color. It's like you are trying so hard to maintain this black and white world where things just fit very neatly into their place. And then the color is like poof, poof, poof. The universe has other plans for you, but you have free will. You have free will, but if you go against the plans of the universe, you just make things harder. You can make it however you want, but the question is of ease and of pleasure. Can you build a life of ease and of pleasure? And can you accept that a life of ease and pleasure can still be valuable and productive? Two of Cups, clarified by death. Totally black and white. Perhaps this indicates death of your view of the world as black and white. Ooh, and then the Devil. This has gotten under your skin. And because of pre-existing belief systems, it might feel a little bit unhealthy to you. It might even feel a little bit obsessive to you. And you are taking some time to rest and recuperate. Hopes and fears is the Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here for Gemini, please? King of Pentacles, everything that I said about him before. That fear that you think that this is so rarefied that it's impossible. And the Empress, so you view your Queen of Wands as actually a divine feminine, somebody who embodies more than just the wand energy. And that could be something too that you think is kind of impossible. How can one person be so much to me? Ace of Cups, fear of your emotions. And I was gonna say, I was like, as I'm like pulling these cards, and I use this deck often, I'm like, are all of these decks just black and white in color? Like, am I just... And I never read that before, but look at this one. It's like all color. That color is what you're afraid of. Ooh, have you seen the movie Pleasantville? You should watch the movie Pleasantville. It's kind of old. I think it's like at least 20 years old. Pleasantville. Watch Pleasantville. That's the whole reason that you watched this reading, so you could get the message to watch Pleasantville. But in that movie, the world is black and white, and these people from the present go into this black and white world, and then of course chaos ensues because it's a movie and it's a story, and that's how those things work. Why is the Four of Cups here? If I can pass away if I can impart one piece of wisdom to you, Gemini, it's to go watch Pleasantville. Let's bring levity in where we can, right? Ten of Pentacles bringing itself back. Three of Wands. Ten of Cups. Sorry, I'm like, yes, these do belong together. Ha ha ha. Vindicated. Okay. And underneath that we have the Nine of Swords, which is entirely black and white and super creepy. Okay. What I'm getting from this, this is the outcome, and there's a lot of potentials going on here. There is the potential to disconnect, in which case, you know, you continue life as it is, and you live a black and white world. Or you can open up and see the possibilities. And to me, the Three of Wands is one of the most realistic cards in the deck. I know not everybody reads it that way, but I do, because what the Three of Wands means to me is that you're looking at not only what you want, but why you want it and what's in the way to get it, and then making a plan based on like an actual realistic picture. So this is kind of exciting to me. I do see you rejecting all of this, realizing that rejection is not what you want, and then actually sitting down to use your imagination. And our imaginations are one of our most undervalued gifts as humans, because of like Descartes and, you know, the age of reason. We devalue our imagination, but it's so very powerful. And so I see you potentially imagining this new Ten of Pentacles, and look how colorful this is. So I see potential. I don't see action. I see a crossroads here of choice. But at the very least, I see you opening up your mind to the possibility of what could be. And that's very exciting, based on everything else in this reading. Just being able to see and imagine the possibilities is very exciting. Why is... Oh, what am I doing now? Sorry, I got distracted because, it's 8:08 and my phone's going off. Okay, we're going to give you 3 cards and a bottom card, advice from the universe. What advice do you have for Gemini, please? What advice do you have for Gemini? I haven't thought of the movie Pleasantville in a while. Fiona Apple is like my most favorite singer, so I listen to one of the songs from the soundtrack, but I don't often think of the movie. Ace of Wands. the Moon, the Hanged Man, and Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles to me is saying take a step back. Take a step back from this vision of your Ten of Pentacles. I've heard people say, like storytellers and just other people saying, when things go wrong, take a step back to when, like the last point when you knew that they were right, and then troubleshoot from there. Instead of going back to the very beginning, or, you know, or not taking a step back at all, like just go back to the last point where you knew things were right. I think that's what this is saying to me. And really take some time to think about that. Shadow work. And then just kind of imagining this Ace of Wands, I'm kind of pairing with the Three of Wands. This is the first step. The Ace of Wands is the first step for the Three of Wands. Like if you don't have the imagination of what that new project is, whatever that spark of potential is, then you can't figure out a plan. You need to know what you're aiming for in order to make a plan to get there. One final card for Gemini, please. Last card for Gemini. One last card. This is the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck. I 99% like it. It's got some beautiful artwork. One final card. We have the Possum and the Peony, Bashfulness. Okay. To play possum is to remain quiet and still when faced with danger. The expression comes from the possum's unique reaction to fear. It keels over and pretends to be dead. This is an instinctual response and an effective one. Spotting what appears to be a dead opossum, predators will often lose interest. Similarly, the beautiful peony flower is associated with bashfulness. According to Greek mythology, nymphs who wished to hide from mortal eyes would disguise themselves as peonies. You may wish to hide from the world. While periods of solitude are necessary and healthful, be sure your retreat isn't driven by fear. And the question is, how do I respond to fear, instinctually or otherwise? If that resonated with you, I'd love to hear your answer in the comments, or anything else that you have to share. I hope that this was helpful. This was a pretty intense read, so I hope that, you know, in whatever way, shape, or form, it was helpful and sparked the imagination, as we talked about how important the imagination is. In any case, Gemini, I'll see you next time.